operationalization of the SOPs of agencies operating at the port, including government agencies. There's need for synchrony, or synchronization of what person does in port, and the time given specifically for doing that. So many agencies are at the port doing nothing except adding to the delay in port processes. So Nigerian Ports Authority, Nigerian Shippers Council, with the UNDP about 2 years back or 3 years back, got the standard operating procedure, which is internationally backed anyway, for port operations. And almost every agency submitted their SOPs. So we want to operate the SOPs, and Nigerian Shippers Council is the lead agency. As an economic regulator, we are neutral. We are not offering any services, but we are the superintendent of processes. So what we do is to streamline these processes, simplify them, and make them gaugeable, or if you like, accessible, so that we can assess what people are doing. If we can harmonize these SOPs, have them operate as and when it is proper, within the specified time, we know who, when, where, why things are done, then we will have fulfilled the easy obligations of international standard port operations. What will be the implication? There will be, first, a reduction of the endemic corruption in the port. Secondly, it will improve efficiency. Thirdly, transparency, which will even go to leakages, in government revenue. So our ports have improved over the years with the procedures, but we need to be more. We need to do more. So that's why we are now the lead agency. We have already started the operations. We are working with law enforcement agents. Okay, been attached to Nigerian Shippers Council to make sure that there is monitoring and the enforcement. The Nigerian Shippers Council has enough law in its, or enough sanction in its laws. MPA has also, to make sure that these things are done. And we are working with MPA in that, lead agency committee. And let me give you one area is we have to concentrate is the environment at the port. It's seamy, it's dirty, with everybody coming to the port without any business to be done. Don't even talk about the trucks. We are talking about kiosk people who sell illegal drugs, who sell, something. The port is not sightly. So we need to clear the ports from illegal squatters and illegal activities to give it a semblance of seriousness. It's a port. Okay. Secondly, the process of cargo clearance must be streamlined. Already we have worked with customs. Nigerian Shippers Council has been working to see that there is fast clearance of cargo. We have worked with customs, with all the others who are supposed to be for clearance. The problem is not everybody will be there at the same time. Sometimes you see the freight forwarders are not there. You see sometimes other agencies may not be there, but now we have to enforce. At a certain time, containers must be positioned for inspection. And all the representatives, those who are supposed to be there, will be there. Those who are not, they will not be there, unless they are invited by the customs. So customs is already working with us to see that. Okay? And then custom will, of course, bring scanners or other X-ray machines to make the thing faster and more transparent. That's the understanding. Okay? So, 22 days dwell time in Nigeria. 4 days dwell time in Lome, Togo. 7 days in Cotonou. What's the name of that port? Cotonou port. So that's what we were aiming at, 7 days first, dwell time in Nigeria, within maybe first quarter.
2021?
Yes. So that is imperative. We are winning the war for throughput with our neighbors, because we have really taken much of the throughput. Most of the goods are bound for Nigeria anyway. But we need a port that speaks of efficiency. So within that range also, Shippers Council has already been doing so many things on digitalization of the port. It's a silent thing, but there is a terminal, for example, that has 98%, scored 98%, because we are rating them. There was a terminal that had 24% only, but now they are rated 42, and they are still going. We'll apply sanctions for every terminal that does not provide digitalization. Okay, the same thing with shipping companies. We expect the freight forwarders to fall in line. They are already doing that, clearing their processes online, and the banks will have to be in. We have no choice but to do that. Our ports must be contactless. One must, conduct transactions electronically without physical presence at the port, which is dangerous, which breeds so much corruption. We are talking end of the year, we are aiming at, it was 65 last year, so now we are aiming at 81% or 82%. Every day we are monitoring, and I'm happy with the response of the terminals. They have written us letters that what we are doing is the right thing. Now, some terminals operate both manual and electronic. So we want to face this manual thing. So we may say, okay, receipts or bill of lading. In 2 months, nobody can go manual. So get ready, everybody. Okay? So it's either you fall in line or you ship out. So that is something also going on. Then the port multimodal approach. The rail has already. Why is Ifora? She's going to. Has reached Apapa. First rail service was done last 2 weeks or so. Also, we have been the design MOU between Nigerian Railway Corporation and the terminals. We are still tweaking at it. So if we have rail, we have barges. It's another place where we should also, have some regulatory issues solved between MPA, NIWA, Nigerian Shippers Council. Then we'll give the road a run for the money. So this artificial cost that is disturbing everybody will really disappear. So we see the prospect, of that. Nigerian ports with its electronic, Nigerian Ports Authority electronic call system. This will go a long way, in giving that. Besides, we want in also end of March to make sure that we abolish container deposit and replace it with more economical and more modern insurance scheme. Instead of shippers paying deposit and rushing to pay, to return this, and so everybody's on the road. That will also solve the problem. So the traffic in Ababa will disappear. It will just disappear. Our port will be more efficient, and we are resolute in saying we are going to do this one. Even when it was done manual, it was successful. I'm extremely optimistic that the call-up system will have great impact and redress, the confusion we're having about. Of course, it is not will have not impact suddenly. It's not a band that you wave and everything will disappear. So I'm sure gradually things will fall into. All this is cooperating. They have been doing that. You have to have a manual of the way you do things. They have been there. It's just not active. We have received tremendous cooperation from most agencies. Of course, there will always be recalcitrant agencies, and that's why I say we'll monitor and enforce. Fleet implementations has recorded a major success. we are now considering 2 proposals from private sector. Besides, for the first time after the fleet implementation, when we met with the group managing director of NNPC, there has been a provision for Nigerian vessels to lift crude oil. This the ship owners, reported to me after we went there. So we are changing the policies, we are changing the laws. Unless this is done, we are not going to have sustainable national fleet. Okay, we could have done that last year. Bring a couple of ships and said this is national fleet, but they are here today, tomorrow they are gone. No, we must look at the impediments and remove them so that the private sector will come in. Government has nothing to do with this. Of course, government would provide the vibrancy. It should be a catalyst, But so we are watching this gradually. This will come, but it has to be anchored on sustainable and profitable, feasible, profitable, national fleet that will make contribution to the national economy in terms of infrastructure, in terms of earning from freight, in terms of employment. But then there are other things. We need to have incidental, or let me see, we need to have other, supporting industries, ship repair, shipbuilding is very, very important. Of what use is national fleet when you have to take all the ships to Namibia for repairs? That will drag all the money you made. It's like the aviation. They ought to have, some, amenities for C and B checks. Okay. And Nigeria is capable of doing that. Nigeria will be a center of this West Africa. So that's what we're thinking. Then we have to have, and I'm happy with NIMASA, they are working so much for the national ship registry, because our ship registry must be modern, electronic, to attract shippers to come and register. So all these things will come together. It's not just national fleet will not come, in the middle of night and say it's national or national fleet. No, it has to be anchored on something. No, but that's private capital.
But the money is not there.
No, well, some may have. We never know. Because of impediments, that's what we are saying. Okay? We give it pioneer status, tax incentives. Okay. Remove all the other things and make it a national fleet. Then you will see people have. Actually, we have been working with the, what do you call this, Nexim on Sea-Link project. Sea-Link project with 6 vessels. They could also be a national fleet because it doesn't mean one. You'll have. So all these things will come together. I think there is a great prospect for shipping, They're not long. Not long. And there's never a time when the issue of dry port has become to the, what do you call it? At the forefront. Then now, a lot of things going on in Kano. Rejuvenation of capital in Plateau, Jos. Okay, and in few months we are going to sign the $90 million Ibadan ICD or dry port. Okay, the Oyo State government has already released 40 hectares of that to Nigerian Shippers Council, and we are working towards the last phase of. We have concluded negotiations with the Chinese company. Now, what remains for it to be taken to the Federal Executive Council, which will be done in a month's time, and then we'll go and lay down the foundation, or what do you call it? Groundbreaking ceremony in Ibadan. Okay, it will take like 12 to 18 months to build. Yeah. It's not really a committee as much as what do you call it? We look at every sector and see people who we can exchange ideas with. Okay, so it's a whole gamut of interaction, stakeholders, consultations. Yeah, so it's not a specific committee. It's not an organizational committee as such.
Okay.
Yes.